Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Me Rabia Abdul here again to continue the previous lecture that we are at the chapter It's Country for Me. But before starting that chapter, dear students, I would like to tell you about the book. Yes, you have taken the introductory lecture by Sarkar. Yes, Sarkar has very beautifully described you about this new book, English HSSC Part 1. Yes, according to this book, our chapter, It's Country for Me, is in unit number 5. Yes, dear students, unit number 5, It's Country for Me. We have to start, according to this new book, page number 50, the very first top paragraph. The Hollands operate a self-sufficient form. Yes, students, the Hollands operate a self-sufficient form. Self-sufficient means to support oneself without outside help. Support oneself without outside help. जी, dear students, आपके पास self-sufficient उर्दू में word आपने सुना होगा खुद कफील. जी बेटा, means the Holland family is running a farm in which they are not having the need of any outsider. They are there to fulfill each and everything by their own selves. They are not having a lot of dependence on the other factors, the outer help. Yes, typical of many in the Corn Belt. Yes, dear students, Corn Belt is the region in the United States. And do you know this thing? That this region is very much famous for the production of corn. Corn Belt, the region in the United States, and it is very much famous for the production of corn. As we can take the example in Pakistan, that in Pakistan, cotton belt, have you heard that? Cotton belt. And it is used because the south of Punjab is very much famous for the production of cotton. Yes. Now, I think so this corn belt is clear to you people. They raise livestock. Now, the pronoun they. Over here, it is used for Holland family. They raise livestock. Livestock, the animals that they are having in their farm. Yes. Which animal they are bringing? They are bringing up cattle and a few sheep. Means they are having different cattle and sheep in their stock. In each herd, they keep some females to replenish the stock. Herd, yes, dear students, herd is a noun. But can you tell me which type of noun is it? Herd. Yes, herd is a noun. So which type of noun this word is? This noun is? Yes. If you have a guess that it is collective noun. It is a single word, but it is representing group of things, number of things, a lot of things. Yes, in each herd. Herd basically, my dear students, herd is the collection of animals, group of animals. In each herd, they keep some females to replenish the stock. Replenish actually to refill, to complete again. Means उनके हर ग्रुप में फीमेल मेंबर्स होते थे, फीमेल कैटल शीप मौजूद होते थे स्टॉक में ताकि वो दोबारा से प्रोडक्शन कर सकें, दोबारा से उनका नंबर रिस्टोर कर सकें. एंड आई हैव ऑल्सो रिटन द मीनिंग ओवर हेयर, रिप्लेनिश टू कंप्लीट अगेन by supplying what has been used up. Means जो एनिमल उन्होंने सेल कर दिए, जो एनिमल्स उनके पास अब नहीं रहे, उनको दोबारा अपने स्टॉक को रीफिल करने के लिए, कंप्लीट करने के लिए वो फीमेल यूज होती थी जिनसे वो दोबारा न्यू प्रोडक्शन, न्यू जनरेशन ले लेते थे. The rest of the animals are sold for slaughter. Slaughter to kill animals for food or for any other purpose. बेटा ये जो हम जैसा ज़िबा कर देते हैं and land on America's tables as beef and lamb. Yes, dear students, कुछ एनिमल वो अपने स्टॉक में महफूज कर देंगे जिनसे वो दोबारा उनको रिस्टोर करेंगे और रिमेनिंग extra animals they are there to sell for getting money. अपनी इनकम के लिए, इकॉनमी के लिए, मनी के लिए वो कुछ एनिमल्स को बेच देते थे, स्लॉटर ज़िबा करके उसको डिफरेंट रेस्टोरेंट्स में, डिनर्स में फूड के लिए इस्तेमाल हुआ करता था वो एनिमल मीट. The Hollands grow virtually all the food their animal needs. Yes, dear students, you have learned from the very first line that Hollands operate a self-sufficient form. They are not only there to have all the things like animals, sheep and all that, they are also there to have the food almost virtually, almost nearly all the food their animal need. Okay, for example, what kind of food? Corn, oats and hay, means the grain, the food that is required, that is the requirement of the animal food, and hay, dry grass. These all things are also in the production of the Holland family. They sell the surplus. Yes, dear students, have you heard the word surplus? Quantity in excess of production. What is surplus? Quantity in excess of production. The thing that is extra for, you can say that extra from your requirement. Excess जो बेटा ज़्यादा होती है, आपकी प्रोडक्शन जो आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट है उससे जब ज़्यादा आपके पास जो क्वांटिटी आती है उसको बोलते हैं सरप्लस. Yes, dear students, they sell the surplus, though most of their money comes from selling the animals themselves. Yes, dear students, जो एक्स्ट्रा क्वांटिटी है वो उस हे की, कॉर्न की, ओट, ग्रेन, जो एक्स्ट्रा सारे एनिमल फूड से एक्स्ट्रा है वो सब भी वो सेल आउट कर देते थे. लेकिन क्या बात हमने पहले पढ़ी है प्रीवियस लाइन में कि वो एनिमल्स भी सेल करते हैं और उनकी ज़्यादा जो उनके पास एनिमल्स ज़्यादा इनकम है एनिमल्स को सेल करने से आ जाती थी. टू रन अ फॉर्म लाइक दिस, farmers have to have many skills. Yes, dear students, we have learned that Hollands operate a self-sufficient form. And now the authoress is there to tell us that if we are there to run a farm like this, then we have to learn a lot of skills. You know this thing that they are doing farming by their own selves, they are raising animals, they are there to even production of that food that is being required by the animal. So if there is someone who is having who need to have that farm and that farming is being required by having a lot of skills, means कि इस तरह की फॉर्म की प्रोडक्शन, उसको रखना, ये सब काम के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा स्किल्स, महारत की ज़रूरत होगी. They have to be machine operators. Yes, बेटा अब इस पूरे पैराग्राफ में आगे आपको वो डिफरेंट स्किल्स बयान हुई हैं कि एक फॉर्म को चलाने के लिए हॉलैंड फैमिली किस तरह की स्किल्स रखती थी और कौन कौन सी स्किल्स आपको आनी चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दे हैव टू बी मशीन ऑपरेटर्स, कि अगर किसी ने ऐसा का फॉर्म चलाना है तो उनको मशीन ऑपरेटर्स होना चाहिए, वो मशीन ऑपरेट करना, मशीन को हैंडल करना आना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, driving immense and powerful vehicles. Immense, large number of, very large, बहुत बड़े बड़े vehicles को ड्राइव करना, हैंडल करना आना चाहिए. ये आपको फर्स्ट स्किल डिस्कस की जा रही है. They have to be mechanics. अब पहले तो बेटा उन्होंने ऑपरेट करने का, मशीन ऑपरेट करने की बात की, बट ओवर हियर द ऑथर इज देयर टू टेल अस दैट द फॉर्म रनर शुड ऑल्सो नो हाउ टू mend that thing, how to, you are say that if there is any fault, how he is there to mend that machinery or any vehicle and all that, repairing them. देखें आपको आगे वो बताया भी है कि उसको रिपेयर करने का प्रोसीजर, मैकेनिक ये जानता है कि उसने उस व्हीकल को कैसे रिपेयर करना है. अब अगर उन्हें फॉर्मिंग के लिए बड़े बड़े व्हीकल्स ड्राइव करने आते हैं तो उन व्हीकल्स को रिपेयर करने की भी स्किल उनके अंदर होनी चाहिए. एंड देन such kind of farmers should have the skill of husbandman. Husbandman, that those farmers should have, so should be a farmer. Husbandman basically a farmer who is having the skill of raising livestock. Raising livestock, bringing up livestock. कि उन फार्मर्स को, उन एनिमल को ब्रिंग अप करना, उनको संभालना, उनकी टेक केयर करना, उनकी देखभाल करने का आता हो, सारा प्रोसीजर सब कुछ पता हो। वेटरिनेरियन, वेटरिनेरियन बेटा बोलते हैं, वेट से निकला है, वेट जो आप एनिमल स्पेसिफाइड पर्सन बोलते हैं कि अगर आपको कोई भी किसी किस्म का एनिमल डिजीज़ हो जाता है, कोई सिक हो जाता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम होता है, तो आप उससे कंसल्ट करते हैं। Tending them when sick. Yes, you are there to take any advice from that veterinarian when animal is sick. Agriculturist. Yes, another skill that the farmer should be agriculturist. He should know how to grow food on a large scale. बेटा जाहिर है जब आप इतने बड़े फॉर्म को हैंडल कर रहे हैं तो you should know how you are there to produce a large number of crops and all that. And business people, managing like Joel's father, a farm operation worth nearly $1 million. And the author is there to give us the example of Joel's father कि उस farmer को farmer जो वो चला रहा है उसके अंदर businessman की भी स्किल होनी चाहिए। मीन्स उसको ये स्किल पता हो कि जिस तरह जोल के फादर ने एक इतना बड़ा फॉर्म हैंडल किया है, डील कर रहे हैं, किस तरह जिसकी वर्थ हमें दी गई है नियरली $1 million। ये उसकी वैल्यू, उसकी वर्थ, उसकी अमाउंट हमें बयान की गई है। As Joel works on the farm, he is all these workers. Yes, after discussing all these skills, the author is there to tell us about Joel, that he is all the time spending a lot of time in the farm and all these works. So after having all these works, he is having the knowledge of all these skills as well. उस फॉर्म में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वक्त गुजारने की वजह से उसको इन तमाम स्किल्स का नो हाउ है। Yet he is a boy. Dear students, you knew this thing that he is a teenager, he is a boy of 13 years old. Still and like an apprentice. Yes, dear students, what is apprentice? Someone who works with a skilled or qualified person to learn a trade or profession. Yes, apprentice, you can say that a beginner, a new person who is there to learn something new, a new skill from a qualified person. So, Joel is a teenager, he is a boy at this time, and he is there to learn all those skills from the experienced persons, skilled persons. Continues to learn new skills. And Joel is all the time busy in learning all these different skills. Joel takes his learning seriously because his goal is to become a farmer. Yes, dear students, in this sentence, you will also have a very important message. You all are students and you are having a goal, an aim in your life. At this time, you are taking classes, you are learning, you are studying, you are spending a lot of time in study. So, behind all these things, you are having a goal. As Joel is spending a lot of time in farming and learning different skills. Why? Because Joel is having a goal to become a good farmer. Same is the case if you are having a goal in your life, then you can achieve that goal. Goal is very important. Your aim of life is very important. There should be some goal, some aim, so that you can do hard work to achieve that goal. You can say that to get success and to fulfill that goal, you have to fix a goal, an aim. Okay, dear students, and Joel is doing all these efforts. He is learning all these skills to achieve his goal. And what is his goal? To become a farmer. He is extremely alert and watchful like a cat. Yes, dear students, you should also be alert and watchful and active, and you can say that regularity should be there, a proper systematic procedure should be there while taking online classes and watching these videos. And over here, if we are coming toward the text, Joel is alert, active. He is actively participating in all these things, and he is watchful, vigilant. होशियार, चौकन्ना, चौकस, एक्टिव, अलर्ट, like a cat. Over here हमें simile एक दी हुई है like a cat, कि cat की तरह all the time he is there actively performing all these different tasks. Even when not actively involved in a chore, Joel can readily answer any question about what is going on. Even students, you can imagine how much he is interested in forming and all these works, that he is not actively participating in any other task. Still, he knows what is going on and he can answer what is being discussed over there. He listens as his dad counsels a seat customer in the kitchen. जी बेटा, अगर वो काम कोई और कर रहा होगा और उसके फादर काउंसिल, यस, काउंसिल टू गिव एडवाइस, काउंसलिंग, एडवाइस, डिस्कशन. तो बेटा जब उसके फादर किचन में एक सीट कस्टमर के साथ एडवाइस पास कर रहे हैं, उनको एडवाइजेस दे रहे हैं, तो जोल while doing another task he is also listening what his dad is saying to that seat customer. And apart from that, as his brother Terry consults a vet about recent deaths in his hog herd. Hog, sheep. बेटा sheep को कहते हैं hog. So he is also, you can say that, having some attention toward his brother Terry, who is there to take advice, who is there to discuss from a vet surgeon, from an animal surgeon about the recent deaths of the sheep. As his older brothers discuss soil planning while they mend a fence, and sometimes his older brother, while they are mending the fence, mend to repair means कि वो बाढ़ का कुछ काम कर रहे होंगे और उसके साथ साथ वो आपस में डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं soil planning or improvement and all that, and Joel is also there to listen what they are saying. Knowledge seems to be constantly seeping. Yes, you can underline this line. Knowledge seems to be constantly seeping. Basically seeping, बेटा आप लिक्विड के लिए ज़्यादा आपने अक्सर सुना होगा वाटर इज सीपिंग, कि जब आप लीकेज, स्लो लीकेज और वो किसी भी लिक्विड की जो आप ले सकते हो स्लोली जो किसी पोर से या किसी भी ऐसे मटेरियल से जहाँ से पानी की सीपेज हो सकती है, यहाँ पर सीपिंग नॉलेज की पासिंग ऑन के लिए यूज़ हुआ है कि ऑल द टाइम जोल इज़ देयर टू लिसन. एक तरफ बाप कुछ कह रहे हैं, फादर की बात को वो सुन रहे हैं, दूसरी तरफ ब्रदर की डिस्कशन को, थर्ड साइड पे कहीं पे आपस में वेट डॉक्टर को ही काउंसिल कर रहा है, उसको सुन रहा है. मींस ही इज देयर एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन ऑल डिफरेंट डिस्कशंस एंड इंफॉर्मेशंस. ही इज टेकिंग नॉलेज फ्रॉम ऑल डिफरेंट साइड्स. Wherever from any person he is getting any kind of information or knowledge, he is there to get that knowledge. So that's why the authoress has written, knowledge seems to be constantly seeping, passing through, flowing through, sometimes flowing into Joel's mind. Sometimes knowledge is passing slowly, but sometimes he is there to get that knowledge in such a speed that she has written flowing. Knowledge is flowing into Joel's mind. Means he is all the time ready to get knowledge from any kind of person. Joel is the youngest. Yes, now dear students, in this paragraph we are there to learn something about the family of the Joel, how many brothers and sisters he is having. Joel is the youngest of Ed and Betty Holland's 6 children. Yes, Ed and Betty Holland parents हैं जोल के, और बेटा they are having 6 children and Joel is the youngest. You should know this thing. Joel is the youngest means सबसे छोटा member अपनी family का Joel है. Only he and his brother Marte 16. Joel किस age का है? 13 and his brother Marte 16 still live at home. Joel and Marte दोनों अभी भी घर पर होते हैं. Two other brothers, जो उनके दूसरे 2 भाई हैं, Bill and Terry, come home each day to eat meals with the family. They are independent now. They are performing different tasks. They are managing different fields, and you can say the different forms. But they come every day for taking meal. खाना खाने के लिए वो अपनी family के साथ daily join करते हैं. Bill and Terry rent neighboring farms. They have some farms, they have rented some farms to look after them. Each has his own livestock herd. And even apart from those farms, there are also their herd, different animal group of animals, but they farm their land collectively with their father. Even they are individual, they are managing, they are growing up different crops and they are looking after different animals, but still they are actively participating collectively. Means they are one, they are united, they are same, they are not dealing the farm at different level. They are there to be in the farming with their father collectively. Two other children, Kevin and Kathy, do not live at home. Yes, now they are telling us about Kevin and Kathy that they are not at home. They are apart from the home just because of the studies. They are doing their studies. This year, Kevin, 22, will graduate from college in Chicago. जी केविन के बारे में हमें बता रहे हैं कि वह ग्रेजुएशन कर रहा है शिकागो इट्स अ सिटी ओके ही विल बी the fourth college graduate among the Holland children. Throughout the family, Holland family में अगर आप देखो बेटा हॉलैंड की जो जनरेशन है उसमें से वो फोर्थ वन है जिसने ग्रेजुएशन की ग्रेजुएट कर रहा है. We insist they all go to college and get a taste of what's it's like of the farm, says Betty. Betty क्या कहती है बेटा? She is saying that I am there to tell you that we all should have a visit of the college. We all should join a college. And then after that, if we want to come back to the farming and these farm and all that, then it's up to us. But once we have a taste of the college, then if they want to come back to farming, that's fine. और फिर उसके बाद कॉलेज ज्वाइन करने के बाद कॉलेज के बाद अगर दोबारा आप फार्मिंग की तरफ आते हैं दैट्स वेल एंड गुड दैट्स गुड यस नाउ द ऑथरेस इज देयर टू टेल अस अबाउट कैथी 24 is the oldest child and the only daughter. Yes, just one daughter and 5 brothers, total 6 children. So Kathy is the oldest and Joel is the youngest. She is now a Roman Catholic nun. Yes, dear students, nun. I think so. You should have some idea or you have heard this word as well. A female member. Who is nun? A female member of a religious order in a Christian church. Beta, being Muslim, alhamdulillah, we should know this thing that we have different religious posts and fields and all that. For example, आपने सुना होगा हमारे scholars हैं Islamic religious scholars, Maulvi, Mufti, we are saying this thing. But according to Christianity, अगर हम Christianity में बात की जाए, she is doing such religious studies and in that she is having this post, nun, a female member of religious order in the Christian church. In Christian church, she is having some religious studies and now she is doing graduation, doing graduate study in Dubuque, Iowa. Ji beta, Dubuque is also the name of that city. But like her brothers, she grew up farming. Yes, dear students, you can say that she is the oldest, youngest, but oldest child of that Holland family. But still, what kind of childhood she is having? Like her brothers, she has also spent her childhood by spending a lot of time in farming. उसने भी अपना बचपन अपने भाइयों की तरह इसी फार्मिंग में, इन्हीं फील्ड्स में, इसी तरह ग्रो अप होके गुजारा. And still she misses it. और अब भी बेशक वो अब इतनी ग्रेजुएशन के उस एज पे है, but still she is there to miss all that time period and each and everything. Kathy called dismay during her final exams and said, yes, over here a contraction is used. Yes, dear students, what is it? Do you have any idea about this? Yes, dear students, I'm asking from you people, just focus on it, think about it. बेटा आप बेशक इसके आगे भी देख सकते हो. आपके पास ये कॉन्ट्रैक्शन यूज हुआ है और इसके बाद आपके पास वर्ब गिव इस्तेमाल हुआ है. सो हाउ कैन वी प्रोनाउंस इट? I would. It's the contraction of I would. क्यों? क्योंकि बेटा अगर इसके बाद थर्ड फॉर्म अप्लाई हुई होती देन वी कैन से दैट इट कैन बी आई हैड. लेकिन अगर यहाँ पे फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब है तो हम इसको क्या प्रोनाउंस करेंगे, हम इसको कैसे लेंगे? आई वुड गिव एनीथिंग टू बी प्लोइंग इंस्टेड. Yes, dear students. Now this is the view of Kathy. Kathy is there to tell us that how much she is also attracted by farming, that she is saying that she can sacrifice each and everything for that farming, for that plowing, for that lifestyle, for that thing. Means she is also having a lot of attraction towards farming. She is also have the likeness for farming. Yes, dear students, this is all for today's lecture. I think so you got my points, what I want to make you clear. Yes, briefly, I am just there to tell you that in today's lecture, first of all, we have learned about the Holland family, that they are running a self-sufficient farm, and then the different skills. What kind of skills should be a farmer have to run a farm like this, same like Holland family. And then we have learned something about Joel, that he is there to have a lot of attention toward the knowledge, for getting that knowledge to fulfill his goal, to achieve his goal. And then we have learned something about the family of Ed and Betty Holland, means they are having 6 children. Joel, the youngest, and Kathy, the oldest. This is all for today. Inshallah, see you again in the next class with a new lecture. Take care. Allah Hafiz.